Hello. Okay, silly. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Success Sunday Message. Happy Success Sunday, everybody. Hi, it's a pleasure to be here this evening, and thank you for joining me again. Hey, Kimberlyn, good to see you. But welcome to this week's Success Sunday Message. I am Tamika Isaac Devine, your work-life integration strategist and leadership mentor and founder of the Possibilities Institute, where I work with women leaders and moms to help them discover their leadership possibility, maximize their potential, and live a life that leaves a legacy. Hey Val, good to see you. But anyway, so this week's message, I was thinking that I wanted to share with you. It's just really something I've been thinking about over the last couple of days. Last night, I had the opportunity, I guess. I had a great time with some of my friends from middle and high school. I shared, it was a bachelorette weekend for one of my dear friends since sixth grade who is getting married. And we went out last evening to celebrate her and her upcoming, Kimberlyn, call me. But anyway, we got an opportunity to take her out to celebrate her impending wedding. And I'll tell you that we had a great time. And I was tired. I had a great day celebrating my soon-to-be 12-year-old for her birthday. We had her birthday party yesterday morning, and then I had a community meeting to go to, and so I was exhausted. And when it came to a time to get together with my girlfriends, I'm be honest, I really did not want to go. Not necessarily not because I didn't want to hang out with them. I desperately wanted to hang out with them, but I was tired, and I kind of felt like, oh, I could do this another time. But I knew that because it was such a special event, celebrating my friend's upcoming wedding, I had to go. And so I had to push myself no matter how tired I was. And I'm so glad I did, because I had an awesome time. I had fun reconnecting with some folks I hadn't seen in a long time, spending time with my very good friends that, although I do see on a regular basis, we don't spend enough time together because we got busy stuff going on. And just really had a really good time hanging out with some friends. We were able to see, go to Shay's Lounge and listen to some jazz. So that was a lot of fun, and just connecting. But when I was thinking about my message, I wanted to share with you today. As y'all know, every Sunday I try and bring you, hey Netta, good to see you. But every Sunday I try and bring you a message, a success strategy, something that I employ as part of my everyday life and with my multiple hats of being a leader in this community. But also something to share with you that I think can bless you and help you as you go into your week, or as you're struggling with, work-life integration and doing some things. Hey, Dion, thinking about you too. We hung out with some of our Spring Valley class of 1990 hung out last night, some of us. But it was really great to just have an opportunity to spend with my friends. And as I was spending time with my friends, I thought about how I did not want to go, but I pushed myself to go, and I really enjoyed it and had a really great time. And I also thought about how we as busy people, men and women together, but we as busy women, we tend to always, we're rushing and we're doing so many things that sometimes we talk about self-care and taking time for yourself and taking time to have fun, but sometimes we probably don't take time to just hang out with those people who are really special to us, those folks who are in our circle, and those folks that we need to connect with. And so that was kind of the message I wanted to share today. And I really thought about, especially these girls that I hung out with, are friends, like I said, since the sixth grade. They've known me for forever. They knew me before I was Councilwoman Divine. They knew me before I was an attorney, before I was a wife and a mom, and and they know me as Tamika. And so, although we all know that we have friends in different stages of our lives, and I value all of my friendships, no matter when people came into my lives, because I know that God brings people into my life. And we all say this, some people are in our lives for a season, and some people are in our lives for a lifetime. But regardless of however they're in our lives, we love and appreciate and should appreciate the role that they play in our life because they were brought into our lives for a reason. But I really think about those people who are in our lives for a lifetime, and the why they're there for the lifetime. And part of it I thought about is we really truly need people, especially as we are working and we're pushing ourselves in leadership positions, we're being successful, we're striving towards our goals, and we change as people. We really need those people who are there no matter what. They are ride or die. You saw a hashtag ride or die. I have a handful of ride or die, my ride or die chicks. I mean, my friends that I know that they are there for me no matter what. They were there for me before I had the titles and positions that I have, and they're going to be there for me when I no longer are in these positions because they are truly there, my friends. And so I was thinking about that and how important it is. And so I wanted to give that as this week's success strategy, this week's success tip. We all have to have those ride or die people, those people who are there for us no matter what. And so when I was told it, who is your Alfred? I was thinking, and actually, I have to admit, I got this, I was listening to a sermon, and they used this analogy, but I thought it was so perfect when I thought about what I wanted to share today. When you think about Batman, you've got Bruce Wayne and you've got Batman. And there are everybody who, when it's Batman, people love Batman. The mayor is there and the police commissioner, and they're calling on Batman because they need him and they want him to save the town and do things. But then when he's Bruce Wayne, he has other people who are around him. But the one person who is there for him, no matter what, whether he has his mask on or off, is his Alfred. You remember the butler, his body man, I guess you would call it, Alfred, who was there for Bruce Wayne when he's Bruce Wayne and when he's Batman. And so when I thought about kind of my ride or die chicks, that's what I was thinking about, is an Alfred, someone who is there for you that you can take your mask off in front of them and they are there for you no matter what. You can be yourself. You can not put on, not that we put on airs or anything, but when we're in public or when we're in our work setting or our professional setting or our leadership role or our, some other role, we have that kind of persona, but that might not always be, who we are when we want to just lounge out and just be ourselves. And we all have to have that person. And so as you are elevating, that's the tip I wanted to leave, as you are elevating yourselves, hey, Carolyn Sawyer, as you're elevating yourself through leadership, as you are, hey, Perrin, as you are working towards your goals, as you are doing all the great things that God has designed for you to do, whether it be in your professional capacity, in your work, as your role as mom and wife or whoever, you got to have that person. You got to have that ride or die person, that Alfred that you can take your mask off in front of and you can just be yourself. And I share with you that person, needs to be, also can be somebody that you don't always see all the time, but when you need them, they're there, and they know that when they need you, you're there. And everyone who knows me knows that my husband is my best friend. I love my husband. Everybody knows that. Hey, sweetie, he's on here too. He is my best friend. And he is there for me, and I can take my mask off in front of him and everything. But I also need that girlfriend, that one person that is always there for me. And Dion, and those of you who've known me forever, you know that my person is, hey, Tina, I'm glad this is blessing you. But my girl, Trina, everybody knows Trina and I have been friends since 6th grade. She is my ride or die. We might not talk every day, but she is godmom to my oldest, and she is there when I need her, and I'm there when she needs me. And so I can, I don't have to be councilwoman to her all the time. I don't have to be lawyer. I don't have to have all the answers. I don't have to, be perfect. Yesterday when we were hanging out, she had this shirt that was made for her that says perfectly imperfect. And we talked about that I don't have to be perfect around her. And I know that no matter what, she's there and she has my back. And so I will tell you, for all of us who are in positions and those of us who are striving to walk in our purpose and whatever God has for us, Chiquetta, I know this is a message that can speak to you as well. But I know that we all have to have that person that is there for us no matter what. So what I want to challenge you, as I always every week when I give my challenge and my success message, is find your Alfred. Know who that is. We have so many people coming, oh, well, Francis, we need to meet. We need to meet. But find your Alfred. Figure out who that person is. I mean, and I say figure out, you know who that person is. Hey, Sheree, good to see you. You know who that person is, and you know who they are because you know they're always there for you. But think about having that person and don't worry about other folks. You know, I had a friend that posted something so meaningful the other night, and just my heart went out to her because in her post she was being very transparent and very real about her relationship and getting out of a marriage, and how she had when people expected when she had a position and when she was somebody that people wanted to be around. She always had an entourage and people were there, and she always kind of had to put on airs and other things because of where she was. And now she's out of that, and she feels like she's been through a lot, and she is now in a better place. And I've really thought about that. Like, how many of us feel like we have to put on airs and we have to put on a mask for other people, and we have to feel like we have to be perfect to everybody. Hey, Rashonda Pratt, good to see you, little mama. How many of us feel like we have to be perfect all the time? We have to be on our game all the time. I mean, I will tell you, I'm one person. I will walk out. I'm on my live stream right now with no makeup on. I will walk out with no makeup. I am not one. I feel like I always have to be, dressed one way or looking one way. Last week, y'all know I did my live stream with my just out of the beach hair. And I had some people told me that other people made a comment about how my hair looked. You can't always worry about what people say and what people think about you. But I think a lot of us feel like we have to put on airs. We have to pretend. We have to be out there doing so much. And it's a lonely place. It can be so lonely when we don't have that Alfred, that ride or die person who we know is going to always be there for us and be there for us no matter what. And so as you go out and you go and do what God has designed you to do, and I know that you're all doing fabulous things out there, make sure that you have that ride or die person. Make sure that, yes, like Cherie said, just do you. Do you. Don't unapologetically, understanding you're perfectly imperfect, understanding that God has designed you to be who you are, and that you don't have to apologize to anybody else for being who you are. You be who you are. You have your person who is out there. Hey, Anna, good to see you. You make sure that you are continuing to push yourself, that you have your circle of people that love you and support you no matter what. But as long as you have that one person that can be there for you, you can take your mask off, you can put your feet up, you can cry on their shoulders. Hey, Selena, you can cry on their shoulders. You can, you can tell them about your mistakes, and they're still going to love you, and they're still going to be there for you, and they're still going to support you. You need to make sure that you have that person, because as you progress through your leadership tracks, it will get lonely. There will be times where things don't always go the way you want them to go. There will be times when you may fail. There will be times when other folks, how my husband says, hey, Selena, how my husband says, he posted yesterday, and he was telling me how much he was surprised at how many people posted or shared his post and commented. But what he posted yesterday was sometimes the people by your side are not on your side. And that is so true. Sometimes the people who are rushing to be around you, they're trying to be around you because of who you are and what they think that you can do for them. And that's not your Alfred. Those aren't the people who are going to be there when you need somebody to cry on their shoulder, when you mess up, when you're no longer in that position, when you feel like you have to take a step back and just exhale. So make sure failure is just fertilizer. That's true. So just make sure that you have that person. And then I want to make sure that you whoever that person is, and like I said, you all know who that person is. If that person is not somebody that you talk to all the time, they're going to be there for you regardless, but still reach out to that person to make sure that they know that they're that person. Make sure that they know that you appreciate them, that you love them, that you will always remember how they've been there for you. Because although they don't need to be thanked, they don't need to be rewarded for being that person for you because you have that kind of relationship, it's nice to know that they are appreciated, because so many times, hey vet, good to see you. But so many times they don't, it makes a difference when you can say, yes, this means something. My friend appreciates that I've been there for them. So anyway, that is my success message for this Sunday. I am so glad that you all joined me. I hope that this message has been a blessing for you. It's something that was on my heart, and really last night after I hung out with my friends, and I thought about the fact these girls have been there for me for over 30 years, and have always been there, and they knew me before I knew myself. Really made me think about how that might be a message that I needed to share today. So I hope it's been a blessing for you. I saw a lot of people jump on after I introduced myself, so let me reintroduce myself. And I saw a lot of you share. Thank you so much for sharing this message. I always ask, if you feel like this message can be a blessing to someone else, please share it so that others can really hear this message and connect with it, and hopefully get a blessing. Hey, Cynthia Walters. But I am Tamika Isaac Divine, work-life integration strategist and leadership mentor, and founder of the Possibilities Institute, where I work with women leaders and moms, help them discover their leadership possibility, maximize their potential, and live a life that leaves a legacy. And if you want to connect with me a little bit more, please feel free to go to my website, which is www.possibilitiesinstitute.com. Again, that's www.possibilitiesinstitute.com. There you can find out more about me and what I do with the Possibilities Institute, and the things that I'm doing. Two things I talked about in the last couple weeks, I'm just excited to share with you because they are coming along. I do have my networking challenge that I am going to kick off next week. And so I'm going to post very soon. Hey, Vet, good to see you. Shayna Boston, I think, who joined on here. Shayna's going to help me post some information about the networking challenge that we will be launching next weekend. So you got all this week to sign up for it. It is a free networking challenge. People ask me all the time or say to me, oh gosh, Tamika, you're so good at networking, but that's your personality. You're good at that. I'm actually not great, or was not great at networking. It was a skill I had to learn and develop, and I want to help you develop that. A lot of people think that networking is very shallow. They don't like to do it, and they don't like to go places, and they don't know how to effectively network. So I want to help you effectively network so that you can get to your goals and get to where you need to be. So we will be launching that next week. And so Shayna's going to help me. I'm going to post some information on my Facebook page, on my Twitter, and my LinkedIn, so that you can sign up for that networking challenge. And hopefully you can join me for 7 days of tips and strategies to effectively network and really see some results in helping you get towards your goals. And then lastly, in September, we're also going to launch my group coaching program. So many people have asked me about my personal coaching, the one-on-one coaching that I do with ladies, and I love it. Great, Netta. We'll make sure that you get the information. But I love working one-on-one with women, but I know that I can't give of myself and do a lot of one-on-one coaching. So I've decided to do a group coaching program to help you work with other women and then work with me as well, so that we can really get towards your goals. And so I'm going to be launching that in September as well. So I'm super excited. I got a lot going on, as you can imagine, but it's all really great stuff. And so that I need to talk to you too. I miss you. I just saw Kai, and so I was thinking about you. So I'm gonna reach out to you so we can talk. But anyway, Eva Breaks, Wilson, good to see you, Eva. And Madeline, okay, you're going to sign up. I'll make sure that we post that information, but networking is the key to get to your goals. But anyway, that is it for this Success Sunday. I'm going to get my little ones ready for bed. and then hopefully work on some other things. But y'all, thank you so much for joining this Sunday. Re-election, please vote. Yes, I am up for re-election, Shayna. Thank you for reminding me. But I'll talk about that. This is some other time. But yes, I am up for re-election. We'll talk about that another time. But that also is another way that I use my networking. But anyway, ladies, thank you. And gentlemen, I know there's some gentlemen on here. Thank you so much for joining this Sunday. Again, please feel free to go to my website at www.possibilitiesinstitute.com and connect with me. But looking forward to connecting with you guys on some other things. But remember, when y'all get off of this live stream, reach out to your Alfred. Reach out to that ride or die person, that person that's there for you no matter what, that's always with you, and just catch up with them. But know that it is so lonely sometimes when you are in leadership positions. So as you are moving towards your goals, you got to have that person there for you. You won't make it without it, because you will. Don't worry about it, Maddie. You can watch the replay. So when we get off, it'll be available for replay. So I know you hate you missed it, but it's been a good message. So you can watch the replay. But again, y'all remember, reach out to that person and have that person, because sometimes it is lonely when you're in a leadership position. And but God didn't create you to be alone. So you got to have that ride or die person that's always there for you. And I know you have that person. Just make sure that you have that person that you know who you can connect with, because you'll go crazy without them. But other than that, I am going to sign off. Y'all have a fabulous week. Happy Success Sunday. God bless. And I will see you next Sunday at 7:30 for another Success Sunday message. Bye-bye.